You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. Middle of an issue, and we're facing some old foes again, Brian.
Yes. We'll see how this goes. I mean, you guys already managed to preemptively get a strike in on them, but I suppose they did as well upon Genora, so maybe things will bounce up. We'll see. I mean, at least as of now, it looks like you just have two of the folks that you faced off earlier from the Destruction crew. You got Brutality, the big muscle guy, and the guy who was previously dressed as a ninja, who made himself known as Bleeding Edge. However, he doesn't seem to be in his ninja gear, nor is the big guy in his outrageous outfit either. Seems like they weren't necessarily expecting company, so they are not quite as geared up, but they nonetheless seem ready to rumble.
I was going to say, well, we are in our costumes, and then I realized that, like, Nexo just dresses this way all the time, Kaya just dresses this way all the time. I don't know if Tad has like a very different outfit from what he normally wears.
I mean, I think he's wearing, since he didn't get to go home, he's wearing like the same clothes he was before, like jeans and a t-shirt.
Yep. So, so are we. Genora can shapeshift, so presumably she can shapeshift into like a cool superhero costume if she wanted.
Mm-hmm. I'm always in costume.
Yes. But nonetheless, as I mentioned, you guys did manage to get a bit of a drop on them. So I will leave it off to one of you to kick this off.
Anybody mind if I start?
No, go for it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Nexo is going to open up a portal, sidestep, come out behind Bleeding Edge, and basically try to pull him in through the portal.
All right.
So I would like to use Displacement Assault, aka Portal Huracanrana, to attack using strength and either hinder your target or move them somewhere else in the scene.
Excellent. Where in particular are you wanting to put them?
Like a rooftop or something.
All right. Are you going with them?
I would like to, so I would like to also move there if I get a move as well.
All right, sure, yeah. I mean, by the nature of this power, I'll allow that.
Okay. So teleportation, I think it has to be used there. Oh, actually, strength has to be used there. So use strength. We'll use otherworldly mythos for the displacement. And I'm in the green, and we're still all in the green, right? So,
except for me,
except for you. Mid-die there is a 3.
Ooh.
So yeah.
What kind of action was this?
This is an attack.
Oh, okay. But you still get to move nonetheless.
I think so. It says hinder your target with your min die or move them somewhere else in the scene. So presumably, yes.
Okay. So basically, you muscle him through the portal, and you two port off onto a rooftop, messing with stuff. So just a standard 3 damage, and then you get to
Yep,
move him.
just 3 damage.
All right. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at. So you two port over there, leaving on the ground just Brutality and the other 3 members of your crew. And
Okay.
who are you going to pass it to?
Rob, you want it? You gonna make a guy?
I'd rather go last than make a guy.
Okay.
Just to give me a chance to survive.
Okay. Then I'll pass it to Brutality.
All right. Brutality will take out one of those discs, as mentioned earlier, with the various barbs on it. Slam it onto his chest over his muscle shirt that he's currently wearing, muscle shirt and jeans, and that'll boost him up as he starts seeming to be growing in size and anger. As he gives himself a persistent and exclusive boost using the max die of 9, so that'll be a +3.
Can that be overcome?
Yeah, we can say that you can overcome that there.
Okay, so presumably there's some way to turn that off that we could try.
Yeah, you'd have to take some kind of overcome action to try to remove the bonus.
And that's brought on by the disc that he slapped on his chest?
Yep, that seems to have pumped him up quite a bit, and he's now roaring for combat. He will then pass it, we'll say, to Dicaius as he kind of roars a challenge.
Well, we're going to go with Showtime and try and create a minion. Try to create a minion.
Try to create a plusle and a minion.
That would be amazing. 5 gets me a D8. All right, I'll take it. We'll use the guitarist, and I'm going to use my bonus from the 1 hero point from last week to make him autonomous. So he can make any basic action instead of just the 1.
All right. So you say it's a D8?
That is what the book says, yep. I'm going to throw it at Bleeding Edge to get both bad guys out of the way now.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Well, Bleeding Edge will kind of reorient himself and kick off from Nexo and basically whip out his own silver-looking device and goes, well, I hope this works. Attaches it to his harness of knives that he brought with him, and the air around him sees the shimmer, and he sort of disappears.
New powers.
Yep, and so he's going to make himself a boost. Let's see, using and one engaged opponent. So he's going to boost himself for just a +2 with a 4. And he will defend 3 until the start of his next turn against all attacks.
Okay.
As he sort of vanishes. It's not perfect. I mean, there does seem to be a shimmering of the air where he goes, but he does kind of scamper, so he's a little hard to pin down.
But pinning down is what I do.
Fair enough. And I think he'll pass it to the scene, just so we'll mark that off 1. And then we'll go to Janora.
Cool. She will say, remember, work as a team. And I will use a telepathic bond to boost all close allies. Sorry, you too far, Nexo.
That's okay.
So I'll hinder myself with 1 and boost with my mid plus max, so you guys get the plus full bonus, and I get a -1 penalty. And that's just a 1 use.
That's a +4, you said?
Yep.
Nice.
All right. Who will be next?
I guess I'll send it to Tad.
Tad is going to say, look, if the source of that dude's power is on his chest, I think I have a way of getting it off of him. And so I'm going to use my principle of the powerless again. You understand how to get things done without the powers and how to exploit the flaws in powered individuals. So I am going to run up to brutality. And as I'm running, I'm going to pull out a little syringe out of my belt. And inside of it is what I'm going to like a all-encompassing antihistamine to reduce the swelling of this guy. And I'm gonna rush up to him. Right, and I'm gonna jab it into him and hopefully overcome his +3 and all that stuff. So since I'm using my principal, I use my max die, which is a 10.
Nice.
Oh, dang.
So action completely succeeds.
Yes, I will say that that's a real solid overcome. That does reduce that bonus. So basically with that, the disc thing does seem to fall off, and he does seem to get a little drowsy, but for the most part is still pumped up so far.
Oh, this is medical strength Claritin D. Okay, so I was the last one, right? Since I was the last one.
Oh, that's right. Yep, that'd be correct.
I am going to pass it back. So is his +3 is gone, right?
Yep.
Okay. I think I'm going to pass it back to Janora, and hopefully she can hit him really hard.
Yep, that's reasonable. So she'll step forward and say, "This is for squishing me." And as she gets close, she starts transforming and also just like growing big bulky muscles, and like gets much bigger, and like almost looks like a giant rodent form of like the little thing that he squished, and will punch him.
Nice.
As I use surprise shift. So let's do size changing, or sorry, shape shifting, close combat in the yellow, and I get to use my max die on this. So, all right.
One,
well,
two.
that's probably not going to miss. God, all these max die ones are just
Sam
bad.
is just not rolling well.
I mean, I rolled pretty well, at least to buff you guys. So
That's true.
All right. Well, yeah, I think he is going to go ahead and not be as surprised by that shift as the ability would suggest, and try to counter it here. So he's going to roll his D8 status die to defend as a reaction.
Okay.
And if successful, he'll boost himself using the amount.
Boo.
Like the difference?
Yeah, actually, it says by the amount of damage defended. So it's not necessarily what my roll to boost, which I think I did that wrong last time. So it'd just be the 2 damage, which is a +1 boost.
It'd actually be a 1 damage because I'm hindering myself 1 previously from
okay.
So.
Oh, from the boost. Oh, because he did the telepathic. Fair enough.
Yep, exactly.
So it's still just a +1. It's not persistent or exclusive, so it'll just be a +1 to his next action, but he does prevent that damage.
That's fine. I'll embarrassedly pass it to Nexo.
Okay. Nexo will attempt to grab Bleeding Edge and, like dunk him. Using same ability, I'll use Displacement Assault, but this time, instead of teleporting him, I'll hinder him with my min die. So that's Strength. We'll do my reduced close combat, because that seems fair. We're still in the green, right? Yep. We'll roll. Oof. So I'm coming at him for 4 and hindering him with a 1.
All right. So yeah, he'll have a -1 penalty to his next action, and basically, as you, I say, with the you're not able to get a solid grip on him to do a massive hit, but you do manage to manhandle him a bit. But as you do so, the shimmering air that seems to be encloaking him kind of solids up into a polygonal shape, roughly encompassing him, and it seems like that seems to take a brunt of that damage.
Okay. So he had like a defend 3, right?
Oh, that's true too. So he largely avoids your swipe, but seems like you don't really connect so much to him, but the shield kind of his cloaking field seems to repel you a bit.
That's okay. I'm tiring him out.
That's true.
I will toss it. Who wants it? Do we want to give it to?
I say we toss it at the bad guys before.
Okay. Well, I'll toss it to Bleeding Edge then, since I just came at him.
Okay. Well, he does have an innate ability that he does get a boost to everyone that's for each opponent that attacked him since the start of his next turn. So that kind of counteracts the bonus that you gave him, and he also did a boost last time. I believe that's just a
One
plus
critical hit.
2. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. Yep. 4 result for a bonus of 2. So basically, he's going to try to circle around you and swing out. He strikes at the back of your knees.
Okay.
Only one engaged opponent. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. So 5, or actually, we'll say 7 damage.
Okay. Is that counting my hinder in there?
That is counting your hinder. Your hinder is basically counteracted by his boost that he gets for the number of people that attacked him.
Okay.
He also gets a +2.
A +2.
What
Okay.
he did last time, and you will be hindered as your leg kind of collapses under you by the max plus min die. So 11. So not quite the 4. So -3 to your next action. And we'll have him again pass it to the scene. So that gets marked down and not forgotten. And then I have the scene. Tad's already gone, right? Or not?
No,
this round?
I went at the end of end of the
round.
last round, yeah.
All right, we'll give Tad a go.
All right, well, Ted's standing in front of this guy, so I'm just going to boost myself with absorption and medicine to give myself a bonus that is persistent and exclusive. And I roll, what is that, a mid die, an 8?
All right, so with an 8, that'd be a +3.
Okay.
An exclusive bonus.
Okay. So I've got that going for me, and then, I will pass it to Dukias.
Okay. So start of my turn, Malleus acts. I will have him attack.
Brutality?
Yeah, Doesn't look like we're
Alright.
going to be able to get up to the rooftop to help anytime soon.
You could
think we
use
wanna-
your turn to do so if you want.
Don't.
And
That guy's gonna get more powerful the more people are around him. I'd rather
Yeah.
rope-a-dope him for a little bit.
and
So
you
yeah,
can,
we'll just have him team up with Tad there. And roll a 1.
well, he has already used his reaction, so and doesn't have any other form of defenses. So it does seem to connect a little, although he largely ignores. But there does he's did seem to draw a thin line of blood on brutality.
Nice.
Okay.
He's bloodied.
All right. Yeah, and he's going to be toe to toe with brutality because I assume there's like
Fair
3
enough.
chunks of this fight right now.
Yeah, we can say, and I guess Janora would already be over there.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Is anybody other than Janora in yellow health?
No.
No.
No. Okay. Then I'm going to use Rock On to boost Nexo. With Sonic and creativity. I'm going to try and give him a Sonic shield.
Nice.
Okay. Boost.
So you could either give him a +3 boost or a +2. That's that's persistent.
Do you want a permanent +2 or a temporary plus or a one-time +3, Rodrigo?
I'll take the permanent +2.
Okay. So yeah.
And that's not even
Basically a strum of
exclusive.
Nope.
Dang. Okay.
Right?
I guess they assume you're going to be eating up your own bonuses, but
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna toss it. Yeah, I'm gonna put a Sonic shield around you for a +2. Strum of the guitar and a quick metal scream and reverberation around you. Is brutality the only one that hasn't gone this round?
that'd be correct.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, that's a pretty obvious choice for me.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw it at brutality.
All right. Well, he's going to look fairly angry towards Tad at having deactivated his booster device.
Hello.
Basically says, "You're going to pay for that," as he swings up with a double fist punch and slams on down, presumably. And he will hit you with the
Ouch.
max plus mid die
What?
for 18. Oh, dang. I rolled really well. And do himself 7 irreducible damage. For the audience listening at home, there was no doubles because the min was 7.
Yay! I'm in the red zone.
Oh, dang.
That's what I get for not using like defend or toughening up or any of those things. But that's Tad. What are you gonna do?
Tad's a glass cannon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
On the plus side, Tad now has access to his most powerful ability.
I know, right?
Yeah, and access to me being able to heal him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we'll pass it. I don't really necessarily see a lot of benefit in ganging all up, other than I could choose it to give brutality another go again before anyone else, but
I mean, you could.
yeah.
It's the end of the round, right? Did the scene go?
Yeah, the scene went. So
All right. You're supposed to be playing a villain,
Yeah.
Brian, so play a villain.
All right, fair enough. I will pass it to Bleeding Edge to go next. I think he is just going to. We'll say that Nexo can basically hear him run off as he basically drops down from the rooftop, and he will boost himself.
He'll do what?
He'll boost himself in this. Actually, we'll just say that's his turn as he basically seems to drop from the rooftop and then pass it back to Bleeding Edge, who will then...
Back to brutality.
Yeah, sorry, to Brutality, who will now swing at the giant rat creature that tried to attack him earlier.
Yep, legit. I will use my reaction to toughen up my skin to try to soak some of this.
Well, he'll be coming in with 12 damage.
I will soak 7 of that.
Nice. And seems to be fatiguing a bit more as he takes a couple more damage, and that was an 8-4-2, still no doubles. And I think with that, we'll pass it to Janora.
So I cannot see the Bleeding Edge?
You can probably fill him out.
All right.
With your space whiskers.
So she'll like twitch her whiskers a bit, and then lash out, like just getting even like larger, lash out in both directions, using her towering form to attack multiple targets if he is within range at this point.
Sure, I'll allow it.
Cool. Well, my mid is a 1 because I have the worst luck ever.
Yeah, just a bad day.
Brutality, since this new round does have a fresh reaction, so he will go ahead and roll his status die to defend.
At least he's not going to get a big boost out of that.
Nope. I think I forgot that boost anyways. But anyway, so yes, he does block that damage and get a +1 boost to his next action. And again, the cloak field does seem to apparate and solidify a bit to block the damage to Bleeding Edge. And who will be next?
I'll toss it to the Scene.
Scene will tick down over into the yellow. Nothing further happens, no special environments in play. And the Scene will then pass it over, we'll say, to Nexo.
Would it just be really dumb for me to just pull back Bleeding Edge?
I wouldn't say it would be dumb, no. That basically would have...
Yeah, it's just, this guy gets a lot more effective when there's more people around him, so...
Yep.
I'll continue trying to isolate them. Basically, as he like skitters down once like Janora like swings at him, he'll know roughly where it is, and he'll open a portal to try to catch him. Basically, have him essentially as he's like dodging Janora's attack. The portal will open where he's going to land. So I will use displacement assault again. So that'll be strength. We'll say otherworldly mythos, and we're on the yellow now, right?
Yep.
So hinder your target with your mid die, or move him somewhere else. So we'll just move him. So yeah, that's just my mid die, which is 7. Which is 6.
All right. So that's a pretty decent blow. Basically, as he is disoriented by falling through the portal, he lands pretty hard. There's a pretty good sized spark from whatever cloak fields he seems to have around him. But he quickly kips up and
gets back to
daggers at you. Yep.
So I was hindered, but I have for 2, but I have this floating +2. So did those 2 cancel themselves out?
Yeah, we can just say that. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So then now that one's gone at least. I mean, it's whatever. It's like ongoing. So.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I might as well use it, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's me. Who has everybody gone except for
Tad and Dicaius?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll toss it to Tad.
All right. Tad is going to whip out his hypodermic gun and take careful aim at Nexo and use give time. Now, if I understand this correctly, it says boost another hero using the hypodermic gun. If that hero has already acted this turn, use your max die. That hero then loses health equal to your min die, and that hero acts next in the turn order. So this is a way to give another hero another turn, correct?
Whoa.
That
Powerful.
sounds like it. Yeah.
it sounds like, yeah.
Okay.
That
Then I'm going
hero's
to use
already
my
acted this turn.
hypodermic. Yeah, I'm going to use my hypodermic gun and my medicine and my red die. And let's see. If the heroes use your max die, so you get boosted with a 10.
So that's a +3.
So you get a plus
Okay.
3.
And
You
you don't
lose
actually
health
lose any.
equal.
Well, he hasn't
That
gone
hero
yet.
loses. Who
No,
hasn't
I
gone
have.
yet?
I tossed
Yeah,
it
he just
there.
went.
Sorry, Nexo. Sorry, I thought you were doing
Yeah.
that to Decaius. All right, then yeah.
No. Nexo. So you
Nexo,
get a plus. You get a +3. You lose health equal to my min die, which is 3. Sorry.
Okay.
But you also get an extra turn. So hopefully you can do something to this guy. So now it's Nexo's turn.
1, 2, 3. That's gonna put me in the yellow, but that's okay. Next, I will say, "Ahua!" and like grab onto, try to grab Bleeding Edge again, and hit him with a bizarre strike. So
All
attack
right.
using teleportation. Use your max die. Hinder that target with your mid die. Hinder yourself with your min die. So teleportation. We'll say close combat and the yellow and roll action dice. Okay. So I have a +3 and a +2 that I can apply.
Okay.
Should I just put it all on damage? Because I'm hindering with my mid die, which is okay. So my max die is 5, so he's got at least 5 damage coming at him. So should
Yeah,
I
put it on damage. Burn him down.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? So that's 10 damage coming in then, and I'm hindering him with a 4, and I'm hindering myself with a 4.
So -2 to both of you.
Yep.
All right.
So yeah, Nexo will basically manage to get a good grip on him and pick him up and like bring him down on his knee and like slam him like Bane. Although I'm not doing that to the Bane guy. That would have probably been more appropriate.
All right.
The ninja
yeah,
guy's
once
kind of like a
again,
Batman, so it
that's
works.
true.
And just scream out, "I will break you."
You only adopted the darkness.
Yep. So what happens now? Do I toss it to someone?
Yep.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
By someone you mean Ducaius, because
I guess there's only one person left to go, so that question doesn't even need to matter. So yep, I'll toss it to
Yep.
Matthias.
All right. I'm gonna start with a minion attack. A 5.
Ooh. Yep. Solid 5. I think that'll connect pretty solidly as he takes a nasty hit from your guitarist there.
Yep. And then I'm going to call in another one of my bandmates.
All right.
With a 3. Ugh. That's 3.
Probably
3
D4.
is going to be a D6.
Oh.
Nope, 0 or less is D4.
Oh, okay. They're pretty generous
Yeah,
with
no.
that part. Probably because
At least they're generous on that part because, yeah, minions are very fragile. We'll go with the drummer.
Yeah. All right.
And he's going to be a Hinderbot.
All right.
And then I'm going to pass it to Janora and ask that you pass it right back to me afterwards.
Okay, deal.
Fair enough.
Still in the yellow. Don't have multiple people to attack. So she's gonna like go like she's still in like hulking form to take a swipe at the brutality, and then she's actually going to as she swings start shrinking rapidly and then just growing a bunch of extra arms and get back into her starfish form and trying to grapple her as I'm going to use surprise shift again.
Okay.
All right. Well, that lets me use my max die, which is 6, but he does get his reaction again this time. So
Yep, he does have a fresh reaction, and he has actually a +1 boost from the last time he used it.
well, fine.
So he will try to get exactly 6. Actually, transfer into a +2 boost. He
Annoying.
basically does a cross-arm block.
All right. Well, I've softened him up
Classic.
for you. Go, Dicaius.
Hey, I'm just glad to
Thank
see
you.
Sam roll anything higher than 2.
Yeah, I'll
Sorry.
take it.
So we're going to start. Malleus is going to defend this time because I can use that. He can use that to defend other players, right?
Yeah. Who
Okay.
shall he be defending?
Tad.
Okay.
Nice.
So he takes a
the
defensive
glass.
stance. Yeah.
Yeah. Takes a defensive stance to try and. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Nice. I get a 1. Yes.
Then
That's all. That's like a 25% of my current hit points.
I'm also going to be healing. That's the other action I'm going to be taking this turn. Then, blah. I need to remember names.
I mean, do you have something? I mean, honestly, can you do something to attack this guy? I think at this point it'd be
No.
better to do damage onto him. Okay.
I cannot.
Okay.
I don't have anything that is an actual attack.
Okay. I've got an attack. So
I am a support. I'm going to.
okay, fair enough.
Brutality with a Byleth with a 6. Okay.
Ooh, nice. So basically counteracts his bonus that he got from his defense.
I mean, I'll take it. And then
Yep.
I'm going to use I'm going to come over to here, get a little bit closer to everybody. There's no way I can get all 3 of the other heroes in a nearby, is there?
I'd say no.
Okay. Then I'm going to get it so as I at least get Tad and Janora. I'm going to mosh pit. And I'm going to boost an ally using electricity. The boost is going to go to Nexo.
All right.
And then I get to heal with my min die. Or everybody in the yellow, their yellow gets to heal with their min die. So I will heal y'all for 1.
Hey, I'll take it.
And
My health
Rodrigo
just
gets
increased by
another-
20%.
Another +2 temp bonus of electricity.
Sweet.
Taser fists. And that's going to be me, so I think I can safely pass it to brutality right now.
I was going to say, let Tad punch him before this guy knocks me out.
Okay, yeah, go Tad.
All right, I'm going to attack using close combat. Of course, I've got my brass knuckles on there. That's a Hippocratic and Oath. And I'm going to attack brutality with my precise strike. Ignore all penalties on this attack. Ignore any defend actions, and it cannot be affected by reactions. And whatever I roll, I'm throwing in my +1 bonus and the +4 that Janora gave us a while ago.
Okay.
So, well, all right. So I'm going to punch him with my mid die. So I'm going to punch him with 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, right?
Sounds
No,
right.
2 plus 4. No, 6. I'm going to punch him with 6.
All right. Well, he seems to have a couple creatures kind of grappling on him. He's got the big old starfish pretty well countered, basically holding 2 arms in either arm and holding it back with the foot. But the weird squid drummer also seems to be distracting him a bit, so you're able to use that distraction. So you say
Ooh.
6 damage?
6, but I forgot I also had a +3. Can I throw that in too?
Sure.
All right, then I'll throw the +3 in and hit him for 9.
And that seems to hit him pretty solidly. He kind of staggers a bit. And who's going to be next?
Well, I guess it is going to have to go to brutality. Or wait, Nexo's still standing, right? You haven't gone yet, have you, Rodrigo?
I have not.
We can try and split up their actions a little bit at least.
Okay.
So it's not
sure. Let's
all
go
of
with
us then
brutality.
4 back-to-back
Yeah,
things.
let's go with brutality then.
Okay.
I've punched him. I will give him a chance to respond. Fair rules in fights.
All right. We will have, basically he'll wheel around and lash out with the hand and basically try to smack back at Tad with 11 damage.
All right. My resurrection goes into effect since this is a new issue. Once per issue, you go to 0
Yes.
health, roll gadgets plus medicine plus red zone die. Your health becomes that value. So I am, what am I, 13? I'm up to 13.
All right. And then he will do 4 damage to himself. Wait, no, sorry, that was 3 damage to himself. And he's looking a little rough, but still in there so far.
Why are you hitting yourself?
It's more that he's overstraining. Well, probably in this case, basically let go to swat at you. We'll say that Janora is probably able to get a good slap in herself.
There you go.
And with that, we'll pass it to Nexo.
Okay. Nexo will try to, since he slammed him last time, he's going to do that thing, where you like thread your fingers together, and you hit him with both hands, which definitely in reality would do a lot less damage than you just hitting him with one hand.
Yes.
But it's a wrestling classic. So he'll do that. It'll be another bizarre strike because he's still in the yellow and the scene's still in the yellow, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, yep, bizarre strike again. Use the max die, hinder the target with your mid die, hinder yourself with your min die. I believe right now, Dukaya's boosted me for 2, right?
Yep, on top
That's
of the
correct.
perma 2 that you already had.
Yep, but I'm hindered for 2, I'm pretty sure. From
Yeah, but if you're
yep.
if you're
So
actually using multiple dice, the things can go.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So we'll see how it goes. So that'll be teleportation. We'll do close combat and yellow and roll die. That's a very decent roll. So I use my max die, which is 11. That's the attack die. I will go ahead and put both pluses on that. So that'll be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage coming in. And then he gets hindered for... Well, let's do that first. That's where I'm putting my pluses.
All right. Did you have any negatives?
I think I had a -2.
Well, we'll then go ahead and put it on that as well.
Okay, so then that's just 13 coming in. Only 13.
Only 13. That's still a pretty sizable amount. With that blow, getting the force field forms around him, hampering the blow, but it says, good shower sparks shoot out of it as well. And it's really kind of flickering. You see him kind of coming into visibility for a couple seconds before it seems to snap back to.
Okay. Nexo, as he hits them, will say, "You may have new alien technology, but on my side, I have the demonic power of rock and roll." And slam him down. And then, so I'll hinder him with that 8, which is going to be a -3. And it's like, it's like, because I used this power last turn. That's why I had a -2. I'll get another -2 because I'll hinder myself with my min die. So that's where that came from. So enough. He's got a -3 and I got a -2.
Sounds good.
And let's toss it to him.
All right.
Bleeding Edge.
I think he is gonna just again jump down off the roof, pass it to the scene. You will then pass it back to Bleeding Edge.
Yeah, that was coming.
Uh-oh.
Yep. And then Bleeding Edge is gonna launch into this fracas that's happening down here around Brutality.
I think you grabbed Dukaya's by accident.
Oh, did I? Okay. Yep, sure did. Bam. So
yeah, it definitely disappeared.
Since y'all are entangled, he's going to run in and just kind of sweep in behind, and y'all are going to feel some quick jabs here, most likely. 6 and 6.
Nice.
That's supposed to be my roll.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I think with that, he'll target the 2 minions. And we'll say that Dukaius is out of there, or else have it all on him just for the thematic. But otherwise, Janora?
I haven't used my reaction yet this round, so I will...
well, actually, as he's attacking 3 different targets, this damage will be irreducible.
Oh, okay then. Annoying.
So go ahead and roll your saves for your minions there, Rob.
Oh, you know what? I actually have, because I'm in my starfish form, I can mess with him in a different way. So,
okay.
Instead, this isn't going to reduce the damage, but I will hinder him, and this actually is retroactive. So it'll hopefully reduce the damage it does to everyone else.
I also got a -3.
Or does that count as would that count as...
Oh, that's true. We will put the -3 first on, we'll say the D6
gets
minion.
to choose where the -3
Oh, that's
goes,
true. That's true.
Do I?
Yes. You're right.
Yeah, because you... I would appreciate if you did what Brian was going to say, which is give my D6 minion a chance to survive.
Oh.
Yeah, that seems... you think that's best? I guess, yeah.
Actually...
maintaining this, like... what do I want to say? Action advantage.
A D4 on just hindering is...
No, it's not a D4. It's a -3. Oh,
no,
I see what you're saying.
So
I see what you're saying.
If he
Your
saves, he goes down to a D4, which means the best I can hinder is a 2.
Okay. But if he doesn't save, he's gone.
True.
Yep.
It might be better to save my guy who can do anything.
That's true.
Okay, so Janora's already hindering him for like 2 or 1?
For 1.
1, yeah, because I can't roll. So she'll wrap a starfish around him and hinder him 1.
Okay, so yeah, we'll put the other one on, what's the name of your guitarist?
Malleus.
On Malleus.
Okay.
So yeah, -3 to Malleus.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Nice. All right.
And then are you just hindering the one coming at you then, Sam?
That's a good question. It says when an opponent would attack you in close combat while in this form, you may attack or hinder them first. So I think it just goes to, but unclear whether it's hindering him. Yeah,
It
Yeah,
hinders
I'll let
him,
you
and then
put
you
it.
just choose what die.
yeah,
would go
exactly.
onto
And then so then Brian, or either Brian chooses or I choose.
You
You
can
choose.
choose.
Okay, so I'll hinder the one coming at me then.
Okay.
So I just take 5 damage, I guess.
That'd be correct.
Ah.
Yep. Well,
Violet goes out of the fight for the time being.
he crumples. All right. And I think then Bleeding Edge will pass it back to, well, we'll say Ducaius.
Okay. What did Brutality do? Never mind. He was a little while ago.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if the defend against Tad ever got used up.
Oh.
No, he didn't hit.
It hasn't been used yet. No, I don't think.
Would that still been enough to take you out if you had?
Huh?
the
I don't know
last
how
hit on
defend
Tad?
and minions would work. Or
Well, whatever you would have rolled to defend would have reduced the incoming damage by 1. But I believe.
I rolled a 1 on the defend, or
And
because I had
Brutality
rolled a
did.
1 for the defend.
And then Tad got hit and used his resurrection power.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't think it was like exactly enough to take you down, was it?
Me? Oh, you hit me for like 13 points, and I had 4 hit points, or 5
Okay,
hit
so
points.
no.
So yeah, it was enough to take me down.
Okay.
So we'll say that it
So the
did.
defend
So
did get used. It just
yeah, it did. Get
Was-
used.
Yes.
it didn't matter.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
So I'm gonna use Malleus to just attack. Brutality.
Brutality.
I think.
Yeah, we
I
just need
guess
to hit
there's
on
also
this
the
guy.
ninja. Yeah.
Yeah. For 5.
All right. It is a fresh round, so he will get a reaction. So he'll try to roll a status die to deflect that or to defend it. And he rolls a 5. So, yeah, he defends and also gets a boost based on the amount of damage defended. So that'd be a +2.
And that's fine. That's his reaction out of the way, and my teammates can definitely hit harder.
That's true.
Speaking of, I'm going to. How are you on hit points, Tad?
I am in the yellow. I'm at 13.
Yeah, that doesn't mean
So one good hit will take me out.
yeah. I'm going to do the same thing I did last round then. Boost Nexo and try and heal everybody up with the power of rock. Oh my god, everybody heal 1.
And a 1 on your min die again.
And I'll toss. Yeah, you get another +2 boost, Rodrigo, and I'm gonna throw things at you.
Okay. Nexo will open a portal underneath himself, and another portal will open up above Brutality, and Nexo will land on his shoulders in a sitting position, but his torso will continue moving so as to create some torque, and basically is going to flying Hurricane Rana him into the ground with
All right.
another bizarre strike. So that'll be teleportation, close combat, still in the yellow, right? Yep. Not that it matters because all my dice are the same, but and I have 2 +2s and a -2. Right?
Sounds right.
Yeah, 2 +2s and 1 -2. Well, I hit with my max die.
I think I'll put the penalty to that.
Yeah, makes sense. I'll put both +2s to that, so that'll just be 8, 9, 10 total. Does he have any penalties?
He currently has a
believe so.
boost from his defend action.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so now he has -1, and I have a -1.
Okay.
And then I will toss it to... Who should I toss it to? Let's toss it to Janora. Oh no, let's toss it to Tad. See if he can.
All right,
strike him.
Tad's gonna wind up again and use or he's down on the ground, right? You slammed him into the ground. Tad does have steel-toed boots, so he's going to precise strike Brutality right in the head using close combat. Let's see, where's that at? Close combat and fitness. No, gadgets. My boots, the steel-toed boots are a gadget, right?
Yes,
Sure.
very
Let's
old
say
gadget.
Yes. And then my yellow die. So again, ignore all penalties on this attack. Ignore any defend actions, and it cannot be affected by reactions. But I will be throwing in my standing +1 and my +1 from last issue.
All right.
So my mid die 6, so I'm going to hit him for 8.
Yeah, you do a solid blow to him. And who will be going next?
Ooh, who do we got? We got, what's that?
How's this guy not down yet?
I know, right? He's got to have, what did we say last time? He's in the 40s for his hit points. So
he's pretty bruised and bleeding, but
I'm going to turn it over to Janora then.
Cool. Then I've got multiple people in range again, but I'm in the wrong form, but we'll fix that. So she will reach out with her starfish arms, but not quite get there on both of them. So she's just going to slam into Brutality while he's down, while she can. And as she does, some of her starfish arms kind of fuse on both sides as she becomes much larger into a giant snake. And I'll surprise shift again.
All right.
Hey, max die is an 8 this time. That's much better.
All right, 8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And he is just getting willed on this round. It is looking kind of rough for him.
Well, we're about out of heroes, so.
Yeah, speaking of, I guess I will pass it to the scene.
All right. Scene ticks over one more into the yellow. And we'll pass it to Brutality, who will kind of turn and lash out at Janora, the last one to smack him.
Well, I already used my reaction this round, so I'm just going to eat it.
All right. So, oh dang. Janora take 15 damage.
Ow! All right, I am deep in the red now.
And he takes 5. Still no doubles.
Jeez.
Yeah, the other guy got triples, but this guy's still no doubles.
Of course.
All right, anyway, he will then pass it to, we're going to say Bleeding Edge, and we will just do a gang up and see how much damage we can do here. So, yep, Bleeding Edge is going to once again launch into circling basically this engagement and attack the heroes involved.
Yikes.
All right, and we will say 6, 7, and 3. 7 to Nexo. 6 to Janora and 3 to Tad.
All right. Is this is a new round, right?
Oh, it is.
Yes. Yep.
Great. All right, then I'm going to use Absorb Strength to try to deal with some of that. And we'll see how it goes. Here's hoping.
Oh.
Hmm.
So I have a reaction.
All
Says,
right.
when you're hit with an attack, you may take 1 irreducible damage and have the attacker re-roll their dice pool.
Oh, dang.
Do we want to try to push for smaller dice than that? Could be worse.
He's rolling D10, so it could be worse.
That's true.
I have also already rolled my thing, and it looks like I will survive this. So
Okay.
I'm good.
Sure.
I can also.
Then I won't
How
use it.
much more damage? How much more damage will you take, Sam?
I'm going to take one more. I'm going to take 1 damage. Yeah, he doesn't have any boost or anything on this, right?
No, but although this is supposed to be irreducible damage as he is attacking.
Oh crap! Because this is a
3
defend
different-
action. Well, that's unfortunate.
So
Then yeah.
so nobody
if you
can
have
even.
anything that,
I was going to say the only thing I can do is defend, but you said I can't defend, right?
So defend is an action that you
take
take during your turn.
No, I've
you
got
have
a reaction.
That says
yeah.
I've got
So
a-
I have a,
I've
I
got
have
a
a
reaction.
defend. I have a defend reaction, but that won't work with this power.
Yeah, unfortunately, this damage is irreducible. So unfortunately, the defend action.
Then
will
I
not-
go down.
Boo.
Okay.
All right.
Unless you want to try to, I mean, would your reroll work then? I mean, I don't know. I'm at 2 health. Like, I just got walloped in rapid succession and haven't had a chance to recover at all. So
Yeah, I mean, it could, but then, Brian gets to assign how the dice go anyway. So.
yeah, no. I would say just I'll go down.
I'll say I'll go ahead and assign them in the same order: high to Nexo, medium to Janora, and low to Tad. If that helps in the decision process at all.
I mean, you guys want to try it out?
I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen?
It's so embarrassing that we can't even take 2 of them.
I mean, we're actually.
make him-
I think we're doing pretty okay.
We're doing
even though we just had
okay.
somebody
Yeah.
go down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I suppose
Needs
that's
to be
fair.
better about
Brutality's-
not letting them go back to back to back.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Brutality's just about down. One more good hit on
That's
him
fair.
and he'll be out.
Okay.
So yeah, make him
save
re-roll it,
then.
Rodrigo.
Okay, I'll
Oh, you
make
don't
him
want to?
re-roll
Okay.
it then.
You do not.
All right,
or-
let me get myself back to the hit points where I
Oh,
was.
sorry,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did you say you did or did not want to re-roll?
Let's re-roll it. Let's just do it.
Okay.
So I will use mobile dodge. When you are hit with an attack, you may take 1 irreducible damage and have the attacker re-roll their dice pool. So I'll take 1 point now, and then they re-roll.
All right.
Wow.
I think that's better. So 5
Yep.
to Nexo, 3 to Janora, and 1 to Tad.
Unfortunately, that's still going to take me out.
Still
but
too much.
Yep, but that's okay.
Well then, I think we're gonna keep pushing and toss it to Brutality. He's gonna turn and smack Nexo using his brutal double fist punch.
Ouch.
So I have him
And-
hindered for 1.
Yeah, and so 17 damage. Still no doubles.
And I did use my reaction to
To reroll
reduce the
last
damage
time.
last time. So how much is he hitting me for?
17,
Okay, I am in the red.
but he is doing.
Now, can I do a reaction on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
I'm going to shoot you with my hypodermic gun and defend you with that for 2.
Slightly less in the red.
And actually, with that, he rolled a 6, which is exactly enough to drop him. And since it
Hey,
is
that's
irreducible
something.
damage, he had
Yeah,
to himself. He actually, his workaround is not going to fire off, I'm going to say.
Nice. So you overexerted himself.
Yes, and he just collapses as apparently the antihistamine finally fully takes effect, and
Thank
he
goodness.
basically deflates, unconscious.
So Sam wants to know if she can tap out real quick. The only thing I would say is let us know what your out ability
Yeah,
is
I'm
so we
looking
can
at
use
it
it.
now. I am impulsive, which means that I can. The hero who goes directly after me can take. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. That's impulsive. I'm inquisitive. I get to choose an ally until my next turn. That ally can re-roll one of their dice by using a reaction.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I think for the sake of things, I'll actually just pass it to Janora.
Okay, great. So I will let who doesn't have a good reaction. Tad's got his cool defensive thing. So who wants it? Either Nexo or Dicaius.
I have a. I'm really low on hit points, but
I
also
have-
I have a pretty good reaction.
All right. So
Actually, a couple of them.
How about Dicaius? You can have it.
Okay.
So yeah, feel free to use that at will to mop this guy up.
All right.
We'll just go ahead and have Dicaius go next.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should I just take that as her also passing it to me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think specifically the things said whoever goes next. So, yeah.
Yep. Should I be attacking Bleeding Edge or otherwise with Malleus?
I'm going to say attack because he's almost, I think he's past the bloody mark from what Nexo damage caused him.
Yeah, I've hit him a few times, but yeah, I don't know how badly injured he is.
2.
2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that force field once again briefly materializes and seems to take the brunt of it. And
Or
we'll be going
I think it's
next.
past
Oh, I
his
guess you
reaction.
got your main action.
Yeah, me. I'm going.
Yep.
I'm going to. Both of you guys are in the yellow, right?
I'm in the red.
Health-wise?
Yeah, I'm in the yellow.
At least in the yellow. I should
Yes.
say.
Yeah. Rodrigo's in the red, though.
Yeah, we're gonna do the mosh pit again to try and keep these guys going, and throw a boost at Tad with electricity.
Okay.
And whatnot.
All right.
So I can use my reaction to re-roll one of these dice. This is how Sam put it, correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
So reroll that 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that too.
Well,
Whap, whap.
I knew it. Friggin' knew it.
that was re-rolled to a 1 for the listeners at home. So
Whap, whap.
everyone heals 1.
Everyone heals 1. Tad gets an electricity boost for 2.
All right.
And I'm going to scoot on over here to
Stay away from this fight.
yeah. Not let's exactly stay away from the fight, more to reduce the amount of bonuses this jackwagon is getting.
That's fair.
Because he's better with more. The more he's got around him, the better he seems to be. And we'll throw it at Nexo.
Okay. I will once again use a Bizarre Strike to use my max die, hinder him with my mid die, and hinder myself with my min die. So that is teleportation, close combat, and I'm in the red, which again is the exact same for every color for me. Okay, so I have an ongoing 2+2. I hinder myself last time for -1, I think. So I've got a net +1 here, which I will put. Oh, well, actually, I guess Brian can choose, but I'm going to put the my +2 to damage. So that's going to be 13 damage coming in.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put the penalty to damage as well.
Okay, so 12 damage coming in. And then I will hinder him with a 5, which is
-2.
-2. I'll hinder myself with a 4, which is, I think, also -2. Yep.
And with that blow, the field sparks and he seems to be standing there fully visible.
Oh, good. We finally got through his shields. Now we only have to roll down his actual hit points.
Oh, man.
And gonna pass it to Tad.
All right, Tad's going to spin around with his boots still up in the air and precision strike. Bleeding Edge right in his bleeding chest. Close combat, plus gadgets, plus my yellow zone. And I'm going to throw in the +2 that someone just gave me and my permanent +1 on this. Oh, great. So that is 6 coming at him with the mid die. Enough to take him out, right? Perfect.
No, I wouldn't say it's enough to take him out. But I say it is enough for him to at least drop to one knee. And who will be going next?
I think I'm going to give it back to Nexo since we're at the end of the round, and hopefully he can finish him off. Or I guess to Janora, who can give her point to
Yeah, that's true.
Nexo.
Give me a re-rolly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nexo will, after Tad stabs him in the chest, Nexo will run up and basically leapfrog over Tad and body splash him, or try to body splash Bleeding Edge. Again with a Bizarre Strike.
Nice.
That's teleportation, close combat, red, and roll. That's always disappointing when you roll a 1 on a d12. But my max is 5. So I got a -1 from last time, I think. No, a -2. So presumably I could cancel itself out. I will hinder him, or I will hit him for 5, so 6, 7 with the bonus. And hinder him with 4, hinder myself with 1.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I can try and re-roll one of these dice.
Yeah, you can re-roll one of those.
Re-roll that d12. Heck yeah.
Oh man, my reaction's so good.
Can't get worse.
That's true. /R, a d12. Let's see what that looks like. It's a 10.
There you go.
Dang. A 10.
All right. So does that reconfigure the max min, etc.?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So then we're looking at 12, 4, and 5. No, 12, 5, and 4. So put in my +2 for 12, and I have a hinder that you can use, Brian.
Okay. I think I'll still put it to the damage.
Okay. So that's 10 coming in.
All right.
And then I'll hinder him with that 5, which is -2. Nope. -2.
Yep.
And hinder myself with that 4, which is once again -2.
All right. And who would go next?
I will pass it to Caius, see if he can boost Tad, or whatever he wants to do.
Yeah. All right. Well, start with Malleus smacking him with a 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
You also get the solid blow in.
Yep. Then I'm going to use Rock On to boost Tad with Sonic and Creativity. Since my max and my mid are the same number, we're going to make that a permanent persistent bonus of a +2.
Ooh,
right?
Nice.
Yeah, 4 to 7
Sounds
plus
good.
2. Yeah. So yeah, that'll be a permanent. You also now have a Sonic shield.
Nice. Now, how does that work with my other permanent and exclusive +1?
This is not exclusive, so you can still use both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
nice.
You just can't tack multiple exclusives onto each other.
Okay, cool.
That's correct.
And after putting that shield on you, I'm going to pass it over to... Is Bleeding Edge passable right now?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't think he's
but
close
you could
to
have
dying,
passed
is
it.
he?
I mean, he's on his knee.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll toss it to Tad then.
I think at this point, there's no point in really passing it to him because he doesn't have anybody else to tag off of.
He is the
Right.
scene, which means if all of us go, then he goes. He goes.
go
Scene
twice.
goes. He goes.
Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
but
That's
yeah, I'll
true.
toss it to Tad.
He can tag team off of himself.
How much health can you
All right.
lose, but
I mean, I can lose infinite health. but I can. If we're talking, what would get me to 1 hit point? 3 health.
Oh, so I probably shouldn't use give time. I'll just use precise strike again, close combat, and gadgets, and yellow zone, and a +3 punch. So my mid die is an 8, so +3 would be 11.
Dang.
You say that like, oh man, I wish you wouldn't have rolled that. You really hurt my guy.
It's you do a solid kick to him, and he's practically in a fetal position now, as people are just wailing on.
Oh man. I guess now I do have to hand it off to Bleeding Edge.
Or the scene.
Yes.
Or the scene. Yeah, let's go to the scene.
All right. Well, the scene's going to tick off the last yellow, putting it into the red zone. And then the scene's going to pass it to Bleeding Edge, who will basically kip up and slash out at all of his attackers.
But not to Caius.
Yeah, but not to Caius. Actually, acrobatics. Only 3 engaged opponents, technically. And roll it.
Ouch.
So we'll say 9 to Nexo, 6 to the minion, and 1 to Tad.
Say 6 to the minion.
Yep.
Why you do this to me? Were there any hinders on him?
Oh yeah, I have. What did I have on him? What's a 5?
Forget. That'd be a -2.
-2. So yeah, I have a -2 on him.
Do you want
the
that?
-2? The -2 won't save me.
Well, so you said you had 3 left. I can I've got a reaction. I can do a magical shield. I can help
Actually,
reduce
this damage
that damage.
will be irreducible. I would say that penalties can still occur, but
so yeah, I'm not going to be able to save myself with it, so I can either completely nullify the damage to Tad or try to save the minion if that's going to give Rob a better
save the
roll.
Minion, because the minion can attack.
Try and save the minion, because
okay, we'll hinder the minion's die, and Nexa will go out.
So
dang,
4 now, right, Brian?
Yep.
Aha! I say.
Aha!
Barely. All right, so he drops to a D4.
Oh.
I know, right?
And then Bleeding Edge at the start of the start of the new round will pass it to the scene, and then back
it's the
to
last
himself.
round of combat.
Yep.
Wait, no, that doesn't work, right? I passed to the scene. The scene passed to Bleeding Edge.
You passed
it out.
That was the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then. Well, to start off the next round, he was going to pass it to the scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
which can then pass it to him. Yeah.
Pass it to him, who is basically has it kicked up and lashed out. Kind of look around a bit and go, "This isn't worth it." Throw down a smoke bomb and run off. And I'll let
how
you
close
guys
were we to
decide if you?
Oh, if we want to chase after him?
Yes, but I will warn
Yeah.
that.
Probably.
But behind you,
I
the
haven't been
warehouse,
touched.
the lights of the warehouse do start having a weird light emitting from them.
That ain't good.
That ain't good.
So we're going to let this guy run off? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll let him run off. I'll pick up a rock and throw it at him.
I'm
and don't come back either.
I'm going to set my eyes on him like I did earlier.
Okay. And
if you want me to roll an overcome on that or whatnot.
I think we will wait till next time to see if we want to resolve that in any way. As we will.
But it would be our 5th overcome.
Actually, no. We should be full out because I had a couple of overcomes that were successful. So by my count, we're already at 5.
Oh,
You did
using
too?
your
Okay.
principles? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then,
All right.
Yeah. I missed one of yours then.
Yeah, it was the one where I ripped him off his chest, and then Janora had 2, and then Rodrigo had
Janora had 2. Each of us did
think so,
1, is what I know that
Okay.
much. I couldn't
I have
remember
us down
anybody
as
doing
4.
a second.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I think we're at 4.
okay. And we have to be full before we can use those up in the next issue? Or okay.
It just,
all right.
We would get one more bonus.
Yeah, we'd get
next
one more.
issue.
Yeah. All right. Well.
And since this is
Evil
probably
GM.
the end of this issue, no matter what.
Yes.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
like, no, give me the chance. Let me metagame this.
Well, you're already at full, and we already had one player that had to go, so I think we will just hold it here for now.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right, everybody. There you go. Fascinating issue. I still have serious doubts that we could have ever taken down all 4 of those guys.
Oh, absolutely not.
And we have 2 people down. So listen, we have 2 people down. And that means
These
that
guys
if
were boosted from last time since it was only a 2-on-4.
Oh, okay.
I figured as much there. Actually, our biggest problem is the fact that both of them kept doing irreducible damage.
Mm-hmm.
So our 2 tanks and your awesome gun ability did nothing.
Yeah.
Like our ability to actually mitigate the damage is just gone against this team.
Yeah,
we need to figure out what we're going to do.
I'm like, I could have actually just kept Bleeding Edge away
Brutality's
from everybody
attacks
else.
Were not irreducible except for the damage he did to himself. I'm sorry if that was not understood.
Yeah,
but it was just when Bleeding Edge came down and started pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
And we couldn't do anything about it.
His are irreducible if he's able to attack 3 people at once.
Yeah.
So, which means we needed to either scatter as soon as he came down, or
have me keep doing that. And I basically stopped doing that because I'm like, well, I've hit him with a D12 3 rounds in a row. Surely now we can all gang up on him and it'll be fine. But as it turns out, he had 150 hit points.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much. I mean, and I'll tell you this also. The shield could have been deactivated with
overcome
with an overcome
actions.
Yeah,
3 overcome.
3 overcome actions.
Oh, 3 overcomes.
So,
holy crap!
I don't know if that would have really been worth it math-wise.
So was I
maybe for
only
Tad.
hitting was I only damaging the shield?
Yes.
Okay. So he
so
did
you're
actually
right,
have
Rodrigo.
basically full hit points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, absolutely no way we could have taken these 2 guys. Like, absolutely no. We don't have the hit points for it. Like,
so Ted is pretty good at his overcome, right? Again, that has to do with how your dice roll. But Ted could spend some time just doing overcomes on people.
I mean, I guess
while everyone else punches.
Yeah, I kind of think because we had a plan for how Tad should it go.
I started to do that. Yeah, it's first thing is boost myself, then defend, and then go in for the attacks, go in for the precision strikes. And the only thing that I swerved on that this time was that Brian said that the guy could be have his strength reduced if I did an overcome on his on that chest thing. So I just figured might as well while I'm in the green.
That was helpful.
Yeah.
It's just we didn't count on the other guy. It's like one guy's thing is he gets boosted, and then like this other guy's thing is like he attacks multiple things. But it turns out he had a second thing which we didn't count on. So it's just I guess teleporting
it's
away
interesting.
And try to. It's like I couldn't have teleported him away so that he wouldn't be dealing,
multiple damage.
Yeah, so that he wouldn't
honestly,
be dealing
I'm still futzing with this, trying different configurations to see what feels fair. Basically,
well, no, I thought this was fairly fair. I thought it was tough, but I thought it was fair. I think the main thing again is we have to meta the game and figure out how do we keep, the swarm on one guy and one other guy isolated.
How like
And,
Rob,
make-
can you like trigger multiple minions in one go? You have them act.
Yeah, all of my
they-
minions just act at the start of my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like once they're out there, they're just autonomous. I just spent one of the boosts from last time to make it so Malleus didn't have a specific thing he had to do because
Normally, when you create
when I
the minions, they
I
can
give
only
them
do
an
one action. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I see.
So the thing for next time, if we continue to stick around at this warehouse and try to take down Hex, what's his face?
Hexstream.
Extreme.
Yeah, Hexstream. If that robot activates, we have to figure out a way to keep him from reacting, or at least get him to react to maybe have
I
our weakest
think-
person punch Hexblade so the robot blocks, and then all the heavies gang in and punch Hexblade and take him down.
Well, I think with the way it was described, we can probably overcome and keep the robot
right.
from
Yeah.
activating.
Yeah.
Instead
Maybe.
of doing combat, we can try and shut the robot down.
Yeah, that's something to think about. We'll have to find out, dear listeners, next time on Critical Hit when we start issue 5, the penultimate issue of this series. Brian's been doing a fantastic job so far. And here's an interesting thing. And I was going to say this at the beginning of the episode, but I have seen some very positive comments about this game, specifically in the mechanics. The last time we played this, we were using the pre-gen, and there were several people that are like, I don't know if I like this game. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, blah, 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 blah. And now I'm starting to see comments from our listeners that are like, I really am starting to understand the mechanics of this game. I really like this better than the pre-gen stuff that you guys did. This feels like a more robust game. So I'm glad that people are starting to get a kick out of the Sentinel Comics RPG system that we've been playing, and that they're starting to see some pros and cons and having fun with the story too. So that's really nice. So thank you everybody for those positive comments. What are you going to say, Rodrigo?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing.
Or
I
Brian.
agree. I actually enjoy this system very much. Probably the main thing is like I would be interested to see if there is at the very least a like retrain mechanic, like after what is it, like a
Oh, sure.
collection?
Yeah, because you know what?
believe
That's
there
something that
is.
we haven't. That's something we haven't talked about, right? You don't level up in this game.
Yeah, there's no advancement, which is fine. Like a lot of people are like, no advancement, but it's like lots of games have no advancement.
Sure.
Our favorite game has very little advancement.
Wait.
When numbers go up on both sides, that's not actually advancement. You do
Right.
learn, get more things, and get more options. That's legit advancement. But yeah, there's none of that in this game. So it's interesting. There might be some stuff that I'd want to swap out just because, like, I have a power that keys off of another thing that doesn't have a very high die. So I'm always very reluctant to use it because basically the power that that die is keyed into is actually would be the smallest die that I would roll. So it'd be interesting to see if there's a way to change that, to turn that into something where it's like maybe just like a boost, where like no matter what, I'm actually getting some sort of boost onto someone else or onto myself or something like that.
I would say that's where a lot of mine are. Like electricity is only a D6 for me, but it's also the one on my heal, which is the move I use the most often.
Sure.
So it's also just more a matter of making sure that you're using the rest of your dice effectively, which is why I tend to use leadership on that one.
Sure.
And that also makes sense thematically.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That's where we will end it this week. We'll be back next time, hopefully. Until then, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2022 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.
You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.